The state wrestling finals had it all. History was made tonight for multiple wrestlers. We saw overtime periods and outright wins, and all I can say is that a lot of celebration sushi will be consumed in the next 24 hours. Take a look at Championship Saturday. In 106, Amir Newman Winfrey, the freshman from Southeast Polk, has run the table all season. He took on Cruz Gannon, the two-seeded sophomore. Winfrey would run up the score, beating his elder by 16 points, 22-6 the final. Here's the ninth grader after the win.
It was amazing. I mean, I don't really have any other words to describe it. It was amazing.
In 113, Carew Christensen from Waukee Northwest wrestled a barn burner against Iowa City West. Carew would find the edge, winning 10-9 to capture the state title. Simon Bettis from Eddyville Blakesburg Fremont was trying to take down returning champ Dylan Williamson from Van Meter. This would go to overtime. If Williamson escapes, he'd be named champion, and he does it. Van Meter wins the chess match. The sophomore now has 2 titles to his name.
I know that I'm only halfway there. I still got 2 more. People are going to be gunning for me even harder now. Not just one time, got 2. So, yeah, I'm just going to have to work even harder to get it done.
3A 126, Southeast Polk senior Eddie Woody returned to the finals after winning a title as a freshman. He'd hold his man to just 2 points, putting up 4 himself to defend his title. Woody, now a 2-time champ. We had a collision course in 132 in Class 2A. Ballard's Easton Enyart was up against EBS Gage Spurgeon. Enyart lost in the finals a year ago, but Spurgeon didn't care. He'd pencil an undefeated season, knocking out Enyart 5-1. In the 138 weight class, Nico DeSalvo from Southeast Polk stood on history's doorstep. DeSalvo walked right through, winning his 3rd straight state title. His hard work all paying off.
There's so many sacrifices that have been made. My family's made, I've made, the nights, late nights, early mornings. I mean, it's awesome. I'm glad this happened. It just shows a true dedication to my hard work.
In 144, Southeast Polk teammate Will Oberbrockling was looking for his first crown. He'd have to take down Marshall Downs' Nick Weiss. With no takedowns, it's Oberbrockling who outmuscles Weiss, winning 3-1. His post-championship meal after the gritty win?
That's tough. I'm a really big chicken Alfredo guy, but I mean, I can't see it. That's too healthy. I think I'm going sushi. I love sushi.
2A 144, EBF's Landon Davis was looking to avenge a finals loss from last season. Davis did not fold this time, beating his opponent by a lot, 18-3 to be specific. He is finally a state champion.
You know, for the past 12 months, all I've thought about every single day is that me coming back and winning this, me losing last year, and it was heartbreaking, you know. I don't know, that's all that's on my mind for the period of 65 days.
3A 157, it's Nolan Fellers from Bondurant Farrar and Parker Casey from Johnston. It's a battle till the end, but Fellers would get a late escape to win it. That is signed, sealed, and delivered. After 3 straight years of placing 3rd, Fellers is finally on top of the mountain. His plans to celebrate?
And then tomorrow, we go all-you-can-eat sushi plan for lunch. So the boys are excited for that one. So that's how we'll be celebrating with my family and my friends and my coaches. The people have been by my side the whole time. So,
Class 165 had reigning champ Matt Crossan from Indianola and Calvin Rocci from Ankeny. This went wire to wire with Crossan putting Rocci in the ground on a late takedown. That would be it. Crossan flips into 2-time state champ territory, ending his senior season in style. We are in overtime in the 1A 165. Ryan Groom from North Mahaska gets a match-winning takedown to win his first ever state championship. His dad is the coach and his mom is in the stands. It is a family affair that they'll never forget.
I practiced that position so many times. Me and my brother have been working hard for each other, and it pays off.
And now to the heavyweights. Drayshawn Ross, 1 win away from doing the unthinkable. He needed to beat Dowling's Brady Hagan to become a 4-time state champion, and he hasn't lost since freshman year, and he would not lose again in his high school career. Ross, the senior from Fort Dodge, is a hoss. Drayshawn wins his 4th straight state championship. Not only did he win, but he won 21-6. He finally shows us his emotion after the unbelievable feat.
Feels great. It's something I've wanted to accomplish for the last 4 years of my life. I've been looking to this day for a very long time, and finally getting the opportunity to go out there and make history like that is it's awesome.
Signature flip from him. The 1A heavyweight championship had a similar feel. Ashton Honnold, the senior from Nodaway Valley, was looking to become a three-timer. He would finish the job, pinning Keegan Long from Earlham. Honnold, who got 200 wins earlier this week, is now a two-time state champion.
I mean, you can't just go in there and say it's just another match. People say that, but they don't mean that. It's the state finals. You're always going to have that feeling. So, I mean, it's a different beast, I'd say, but just going out there, controlling your emotions and getting it done.
The team scores. Don Bosco won its 8th straight title, giving them the all-time team titles lead with 18. And in 2A, that was the only class that was really close. Decorah and Eddyville Blakesburg Fremont are tied at 131. And over in 3A, Southeast Polk was the heavy favorite headed into the tournament, and the house was right. The Rams won with a whopping score of 229. They went 5 of 5. Justice Jessaroga also winning a championship from Southeast Polk, and I want to shout out Maximus Daybolt from Ankeny Centennial, who defeated Jackson Miller from Carlisle, as well as Tucker Wheeler from PCM, who is now a state champion.